Good evening and welcome to this episode number 202 of Tetrakey TV. Tonight you can be...
Was that my name?
Yeah.
I could be one of our avatars tonight.
Tonight he could be... We'll tell you more. Tell them about avatars. Yeah, we'll tell you more about avatars in a second. And so as opposed to having as an avatar, we'll just call him Mark.
Done. Deal.
And I can be Rob, and for our immense pleasure, we're here to bring you one of 260 Facebook Lives, and for me, the second episode of Tetrakey TV today. Yeah, I had a bit of a, I think, how do you describe
rant?
6 a.m. rant. At 6 a.m. this morning, which I hope was useful to you, and I hope you're finding something productive in there to take forward. Turning up as the very best version of yourself, or don't turn up at all. Tonight, we'd like to have a quick chat with you around one thing that, if you do it, will help you get ahead of the rest.
Just one thing.
Just one thing. So I've had a really long day today. My alarm went off just before 4, I think, and I was in the office by 4:30, and that was 4:30 this morning, which seems like a long time ago. 17 hours ago, and if you're a genius, you'll realise that I'm still in the office now, and it's 9 o'clock at night. Mark was up at 5-ish this morning?
Early doors, yeah.
5 this morning. Got a plane to come to Johannesburg for an hour and worked all day and is still up. And literally in the other office that way, next door at this point in time, we've been sat there with whiteboards, pens, paper, laptops, iPads, scheming, business planning for 2018. So what's the one thing that people can do to get ahead, Mark?
They can put the hours in. It's as simple as you can put it.
Because, I mean, most people are inherently lazy.
Yep.
Now, we're not saying you are inherently lazy, like them, these people here.
No, but we all have a bit of laziness in us.
We're a bit lazy, but most people are inherently lazy. Most people, in fact, I'm going to guess in all my experience corporately, that people really in most corporates don't do really more than 3.5 to 4 hours worth of true productive work in a day.
That is generous.
That's generous, yeah. There's lots of stuff that happens, but actually in terms of progressive work that takes us forward, 3.5 to 4 hours. And I actually find a lot of business owners fall into that as well. There's lots of busyness, but not productivity. And so if you can use every half an hour purposefully and productively with positive intent for your future, and you can get up earlier than the rest and work through till later than the rest, well, what's one of the outcomes?
Yeah, I think the challenge is always to make sure that you're effective in what you're doing. So it's ensuring that, and what I love doing is breaking it down into segments to say, right, over the next 30 minutes, hour, whatever the time is, I want to achieve this.
Yep.
And make sure that's aligned to the priority list. So out of what we're doing now, by tomorrow night, we will have a really clear, defined priority list for the next 6 weeks, probably maybe a bit longer. 90 days, probably say.
Through to the 1st of January, probably.
Yeah, so that was give or take.
Yeah.
90 no, it's less now, isn't it? Jeez.
31st
of yeah, so 60 days.
60 days.
With a clear priority list, which ensures that we know what we have to get done, and therefore we know what we've got to invest from a time and output point of view in order to deliver that stuff, and it's just the way it is.
It is. And this evening it's worth thinking about, while I've been at my desk for 14 and a bit hours today, we changed course at about 6:30 p.m. and actually sat on the sofas next door and started doing, would you call it creative? Or it hasn't been hardcore figures, facts, staring into a laptop screen and building more sales funnels. It's been more creative because our brains could cope with that.
Creativity with clarity.
Yeah, we're gaining clarity from the creativity. And our brains could cope with that, and we could still be doing that 80, 90, 100% right up until about 10 minutes ago, when I think, frankly, the wheels came off.
For Fatigue finally hit us.
Fatigue's hit us, especially as I then set my alarm for tomorrow morning, which is set for 4:15 or 4:10, with my first Skype meeting being at 4:30 tomorrow morning. So I kind of had this reality that now's time to sleep. So one thing you can do to get ahead of the rest is continue to outwork the rest. You doesn't necessarily mean to say that you're going to have more wins or bigger wins or more regular wins than everybody else, but the likelihood of having bigger wins and more regular wins is greatly increased because you're there putting in the hours.
Yeah, and what we're not saying is be a busy fool. We're not saying fill your time up with stuff that makes you feel like you're working hard. What we're saying is be very clear in terms of the things that you need to be doing that's going to take you ahead of your competition, and focus on that stuff.
And how's that going to fit? Make sure that fits in with the rest of your life. Because we're both fathers, we've both got kids, and we can't sustain this. Well, we probably could sustain this work-wise for quite a long time, but we couldn't sustain it in terms of being parents.
No, and it's not aligned to our values.
No, it's not aligned to our values. We couldn't sustain it being parents, but for this time, Mark and I get to spend 3 or 4 nights with each other once a fortnight. It seems about right for the here and now. Yeah,
so I think that's a really important point. I think it's ensuring that you align your life to the realities that you work within. And when you know you have, and also what you've done with your family is you've given them a heads up. So they know that this is a busy period of time, so they are prepared for that. It's not dumped on the last minute to say,
yeah, see ya.
Yeah. So I think it's consciousness, it's communication, it's clarity, it's creativity, it's all the C's. I'm in a C mood today.
A C mood today. And it would be fair to say that 12 o'clock this Friday, myself, my wife and my daughter are off camping for the weekend.
Hoorah.
In 2 weekends' time, Mark and I are having a holiday. We're going hiking for 5 days.
A few days.
4 days? 5 days? Something like that. And we're going to go hiking for 5 days. So it doesn't all have to be hard work and immense hours, but if you want those rewards and you want to stay ahead of the rest, you have to put in the time whilst it's available to you.
Yeah, and I think the thing to think about is, so on our 5 days, it is going to be phenomenal conversations. We're probably going to get as much clarity and stuff done and refocus in those 5 days.
I'm taking a notebook with me.
Yeah, because we'll be taking ourselves out of our normal environment. So everyone talks about having those shower ideas, or I get so many ideas when I swim because I'm so swimming is so boring, going up and down lengths, that your brain wanders and stuff. The amount of ideas I've had, and I've come out of a swimming pool having done my training session and just scribbled stuff down that's come to me.
Cool. So there's a few thoughts, a few things we've been up to. We've been designing new customer avatars for both Tetrakey and the Green Light Accelerator going forwards. And both of us are on a bit of a fitness and health kick at this point in time. Mark's going to aim to go from fit to fitter, and I'm going to aim to go from being dyslexic fit, which is fat, to slightly less fat. And as we've decided, we're going to document some of it, and maybe we'll let you into that over the next few weeks.
Very scary and exciting, and probably a little bit of stupidity in there as well.
Well,
on my side, definitely.
Yeah, but Mark will tell you later on in the week what he's up to in end of
Feb, 4 months.
End of Feb. Yeah. There's not enough time.
Not enough time.
But he's stretching, so he'll be fine.
Right.
Awesome. That's it from us. Good night. Remember, if you can't think faster than the rest, just work harder than them, and that's been the secret to most successful business people's success.
Good skills. Good night.
Good night, all.